Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk, minus Lawrence St. Victor, but we're here with Richard Wilson, Christopher St. Victor, and I'm Jack Walker Pearson. Today, we are talking She-Hulk, the Disney Plus series that just dropped. We're talking episode 1. So here is our non-spoiler take on episode 1. Chris, why don't you go first?
I
How'd
thought
you
it
feel
was
about it?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. It was a little, breaking the fourth wall a little bit, talking to us, and we jumped right into the action. So spoiler free, we jumped right into the action, and we didn't have a long lead up, which is always cool for me. And it's a good time, fun for the whole family. Everybody loved it. My wife liked it, son liked it, I liked it. I'm just curious to see where it goes from here, but it has potential.
Fun for the whole family. Rich?
Uh, Overall, yeah, if I get my little biases out of the way, yeah, I guess it's fun for the whole family.
Bias, huh?
That's all I'll say.
What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I'll say that. Fun for the whole family. Probably ultimately inconsequential as far as the overall arcing Marvel MCU is concerned, um, which seems to be the case with most of the content at this point. I'd say it's probably. I'd say the story's probably going to end up being clearer than something like Doctor Strange, but maybe not as enjoyable ultimately.
Phase four has no direction anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's no big bad. There's nothing build up. We don't know what's going on in phase four anyway. So you're probably right. It probably will be. It probably will have make no difference. She'll have some minor like story arc that's going to be kind of like the Defenders had. That's not going to affect anything, and we'll see
But
what
I'm a
happens.
huge fan of Tatiana, so I support anything she's in. I'm excited for the content ultimately. I guess that's my non-spoiler review. Family fun for the whole family. I agree with that. All right, so let's spoil the hell out of this, ladies and gentlemen. We're diving into the She-Hulk. She-Hulk starts out with Tatiana as a lawyer in her lawyer outfit in the lawyer office with her lawyer friend, getting ready for her lawyer case. She turns to the camera and goes, "You guys probably don't want to see a bunch of lawyer stuff, huh?" The audience, for the most part, shake their head in acknowledgement that she's correct, and she jumps to the backstory of how she became a Hulk. Cut to She-Hulk, Tatiana. She's got a character name, which is
Jennifer Waters, something like that.
Jennifer.
Yeah,
Chris's
I'm trying to
Chris's.
Google it furiously.
Yeah.
Anyways, she's cousin to Bruce Banner. Different last names, ladies and gentlemen, but they're in a car and they're driving on some nondescript road in the middle of some tree-lined embankment when a spaceship lands in front of them. Bruce Banner goes, "Yeah!" Oh, he's also Bruce Banner now, not the Hulk, because he made some kind of arm device that makes him the Hulk, and it's slowly healing his busted hand from when he did
Wait,
the
wait,
snap.
wait, 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 wait,
Mm-hmm.
wait.
Yeah.
If he's the Hulk, why does he heal faster as Bruce Banner versus healing as the Hulk?
Good point. Let's put a pin in that, and we'll come back to that. I got a lot of questions about this content, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of questions. So, Tatiana, driving the car, swerves off the road to avoid hitting the spaceship. They go crashing. Bruce Banner gets cut because he's not the Hulk, but he's not turning into the Hulk because he's got an arm device that's prohibiting that. But his arm device is broken, so he's starting to turn into the Hulk. Oh, also, Tatiana got cut, and so when Bruce's blood falls onto her arm, she instantly starts hulking out. In a rage, ladies and gentlemen, she's a wild wolf in the forest knocking over trees. Bruce Banner, who's also now not Bruce Banner anymore, he's the Hulk, doesn't go in search of her. He slowly comes through. I don't really know what happened to him. We just kind of follow her, but we don't really follow her either because we're phasing in and out of Black consciousness. Anyways, she wakes up next to a bar, decides to go into the bar. Bunch of ladies accost her in the bathroom. Hey, are you okay? You're covered in dirt. Whatever man
Yeah,
did this to you.
she's clearly beat up and torn up. They're like, hey, let's put makeup on you to help
Let's
you
give her
because
a makeover.
let's give you a
Put her a
makeover and
makeover.
not like find out who may have murdered you. Tried to murder
And
you.
so they do.
Oh,
They give her a makeover. She asks if she can borrow a phone. They all offer a phone. She calls her cousin Bruce, says, hey, Bruce, I'm at a bar. You got to come pick me up. While she's waiting for Bruce to pick her up, a bunch of dudes start harassing her outside, catcalling and stuff, as dudes do, apparently. And she hulks out on them. I think she hits one of them, probably concussing him at least, if not killing
she
him. And
physically assaults them.
Yep,
with one swipe, though, I
the
mean,
guy
that's
trying to
fair.
shoot a shot and she murders him.
Yeah.
They had it coming, though. I mean,
I was
honestly,
like,
they had it
Oh,
coming.
I'm
propaganda.
sorry.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
take,
Jack. Are you saying that if you try to shoot your shot, you deserve to be murdered? Is that what you're
well,
saying, Jack?
take the
What
hint
is
is what I'm
happening?
saying. Read the room, so to speak. Read the room. You know if it's flying or not. Anyways, she hulks out again, and she's out. At which point, I think Bruce shows up as the Hulk and knocks her out, and then she wakes up in a bed in the middle of who knows how they got to wherever they are, but they are.
In Mexico, on the beach in Mexico, they go from wherever they are to Mexico.
However they got there, exactly. So she wakes up in Bruce's hideaway on the beach, right, with a
Yeah.
underground layer where he's able to hold his research. He decides, hey, listen, got to break the bad news to you. You're now a Hulk, and we got to figure out how uh, we can help you control your transformations. In which case, he puts her in a small cell with about 20 saw blades that go after her face, which is a really odd thing for him to have in the first place. And how he came up with that idea, I have no idea. I'm gonna have a wall, I'm gonna have a wall that's on a pendulum that pushes forward and has retractable saw blades that come after you. Anyways, he's got it, ladies and gentlemen, and he puts his cousin in the chamber, and she, of course, hulks out and rips the door off. And then Hulk is trying to talk her down, and she's like, why are you talking to me like I'm some sort of animal? And he's like, oh my God, are you conscious? And she's like, yes. And so instantly, her version of the Hulk is intelligent. And Hulk is going by Smart Hulk. Literally, that's his name in this. Smart Hulk, not Hulk, and not Bruce. He's Smart Hulk. And anyways, long story short, we'll cut to the gist. He's got a game plan rule book of how to control being the Hulk and understand it. She doesn't need it because she's just superior. And literally, ladies and gentlemen, she has spent her entire life trying to control her emotions around people who people who are maybe misogynistic or they just don't treat women very well. And so a woman in society is put in a position where she's forced to kind of learn things that a man just has the privilege of not having to deal with. So Bruce had a way harder time understanding his rage and emotions than Tatiana's character did. So she's instantly able to be conscious, smart She-Hulk. So to make a long story short, or at least shorter, She-Hulk decides to get off the island. There's a gratuitous fight scene between her and Hulk, which ultimately ends with her leaving. She goes back to her lawyer job, which she's been trying to get to the entire episode. They're in the courtroom. She's about to give her closing remarks when the wall next to her explodes open and a fight ensues. Tatiana's character hides behind a desk. Her best friend says, excuse me, don't you think now's the time to Hulk out? And Tatiana, She-Hulk, goes, yeah, I guess I could do that. Her friend, good as she is, says, you might want to take those expensive shoes off before you go jumping a few sizes. And She-Hulk comes out. She quickly handles the situation, shrinks back down to normal because she can control her transformation, and says, I think I'll give my closing remarks now. Why did the Hulk wear glasses? I mean, Bruce Banner doesn't even wear glasses, so why was the Hulk wearing glasses?
Because he's smart Hulk. How is he supposed to know he's smart Hulk if he's not wearing glasses, Jack?
Yo, but
Exactly.
Bruce Banner doesn't even wear glasses, and he's smart.
I don't know, man. I think it just goes with the whole smart Hulk. It's a style choice.
Does Smart Hulk wear glasses in the comics?
They don't have
Is it
lenses
smart?
on.
Isn't smart Hulk gray?
Yeah, originally. Yeah, but his glasses did have lenses in them
No, they
because they
did.
cracked during the gratuitous fight
Just
scene
play
between
see.
him and She-Hulk. And
The
what was the point? All right.
unnecessary
So
fight scene.
anyways, so Chris, what did you think of the content?
I mean, I thought it was fun. With an asterisk, right? We've seen this with Miss Marvel. We see this with a lot of other things where the first episode will be fun, kind of like okay, it's cool. And then it gets into it, you're like, this is what this is. So, like I said, it's fun for the whole. Like I said in the spoiler, it's fun for the whole family. But now the spoiler review, I'm throwing asterisks in there. Like I hope they don't just screw the pooch, like towards the end where it just falls apart like the kind of these seasons have
See,
been.
I don't know if you can mess up this content. If it's like, Law and Order or Jag or something like that, then you're looking at episodic court thriller episodes, crime thriller episodes, and I dig that content. And if you're looking at Marvel action adventure hulking out, then you can't go wrong with that content. And it's Tatiana, so you can't go wrong with that.
So what is she like the commish where she like does stuff? She goes out and she's a lawyer, and then she does stuff on the side to go after the bad guys when the police doesn't do it or something like that.
We
Well,
don't know yet. We don't know.
that's true. What's the departure from the comic versus the series? I mean, in the comic, she does break the fourth wall a bunch, you know,
I'm
and we
fine with the
see
fourth
that.
wall being broken. I just want really this episode doesn't tell us where the series is going to go or what the series is going to be. We just know she got to an accident. They ran to the whatever cruiser. I forgot which one it was.
A
And
Sakar.
yeah, it's a car cruiser. Does that have any implications, or are they should completely ignore the fact that aliens came down and was trying to interact with the Hulk?
Yeah, we just
Well, but
just breezed right past that. It's like
I was
Sakar cruiser
confused
just
why
popped
they
out.
didn't. Yeah, why didn't they get out of their ship and say, "Hey, you guys okay? Hey, we're looking to try to talk to you, Bruce. What's up,
Right.
man? You're not in Hulk form." And we know that the Hulk. Well, we know that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we know that Nick Fury. That's where he is right now. So, are we verging into the Secret Wars, and this inconsequential content is trying to have consequence?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. I hope so. Look, if they go into Secret Wars, that'd be cool. Because that would be the first time we've got a lot of misdirection in Phase Four, right? We thought Phase Four is could be all about the multiverse. We had Loki, we had Spider Man, and then Doctor Strange just kind of like kicked the multiverse to the curb.
Mhm.
So I'm hesitant to say, yeah, this is where these guys are going. Like, I don't know. Maybe it would be cool if because we know that. Titana, whatever the villain that shows up at the end, we know she's a big player at the end in
Oh,
Secret
was she a
Wars.
big player? Because I
Yeah,
didn't get that from that fight. Like she
well,
just
you.
popped through the wall and then got beat real quick. Like what?
Well, funny thing is what's it? Jamila.
Yeah, she was in a
She
good place. She does a lot of comic stuff.
she
She's
ripped her
pretty.
butthole filming that scene. She talks
Oh,
about it in her paper magazine interview.
How about that?
interesting.
Yep.
Hmm. That's gotta have been unpleasant.
Never
Yes.
thought
I mean,
that you'd
she
be an
does get
actor.
a punch in the stomach pretty hard by She-Hulk. So I guess
Yeah.
if your butt's ever gonna rip, it's gonna be from a Hulk punch.
Facts, Jack. That's a full damn fact. I mean, I don't know. Look, we just take it. We take it all this stuff with a grain of salt, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen. We've been misdirected so many times before, and watch. After all this, Mephisto will pop out and be like, "Oh, look, remember what we were teasing back in WandaVision? It's all coming together." And
Right?
blah
And he'll
blah
be like,
blah.
"I've been here the whole time."
Yeah, who knows?
It
Yeah.
feels. I mean, very Disney, Marvel. This one more than any of the other series. Actually, this one feels the way it's shot, the way it's dialogued, the banter, and it makes me a little. It's it's to me. There's something unfortunate about Daredevil being reestablished here. Although I get the lawyer connection, that makes sense. Um, but it feels like this is not going to be the grittiest of dramas, you know?
No, it's not going
No,
to be.
no.
Right.
No, you,
And is she even in New York? What are we talking about? Because isn't
no, she's
you
in
know
Cali because she
yeah. So
drove. She drove that Jeep. First of all, I guess she's a Hulk. I guess you could drive through.
I don't know how they're
Look,
gonna make this work, but nah. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna keep. Like, I still want to know what's going on with this ship. Like the ship came, maybe possibly to deliver a message. Who knows? But I want to know. Like we just again, they just breezed past that.
Well,
No, the ship.
Banner said he knew. Banner
Yeah,
literally said,
he
or
said
sorry,
he
I
was
should
like,
say,
oh,
Smart Hulk said they came to deliver a message to me,
and he said
which
he got
happens,
to figure that out later.
right? Because
So
now he's having trouble locating them who were trying to locate him, but managed to locate him in the middle of a odd road.
no, no, I don't get it. And they just breeze through mad stuff. Like all of a sudden now he figured out how to converge himself with the Hulk and become one consciousness. Like
and
within the,
that's a
Oh, but
good
that
point.
happened. That was going on in the last couple of movies too. So
Yeah,
that's
I
not
guess.
new information. What is new information is that his cousin's bloodstream metastasizes the
Yeah, metabolizes or
yeah
whatever.
right faster, so he's actually able to heal his Thanos snap, his Infinity snap. So his arm is now good. So he's at full Hulk strength, which is nice.
But he had to be a Bruce
Um,
Banner to heal his Hulk arm.
yeah, yeah.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Well, that's all right. Genetic makeup can't
Yeah.
pick or choose that stuff. So she is a superior version of him. Is kind of what the content is leading us to.
Because she's a woman and she's had all this stuff and
I can
blah
do
blah
everything
blah.
you can
Well,
do.
you know, but I mean, that's not so uncommon or heard of. When Supergirl popped up in the comics, uh, her powers exceeded Superman's. You know, until it got to the point where Superman finally said, "Listen, I've been holding back my entire life. You're like a child who doesn't even realize the source of your power, and you're just destroying whatever you want, thinking you're stronger than anything. But let me cut loose a little bit here and see what's real." So, listen, I get that, and that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. My concerns are more this. I guess I don't have any. I mean, honestly, I was hoping to enjoy the content, and I guess I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not surprised. Um, I've been conditioned through Marvel and Disney over time now to expect very little story wise, thematically, and I'm not expecting anything to really build off of the other things.
Hmm.
What I was a little disappointed in is stuff like, you know, really though, why is the Hulk wearing glasses again? So confused by stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um, and that to me is just a real big indication of the content we're watching. It's people making choices not based on the character, not based on any of the content that was originally kind of got the ball rolling for them. The original Iron Man, the original those origin films, and then the first Avenger movie, which, like I said, I'd gone back and rewatched the first Avenger movie and Endgame and Infinity Gauntlet. These movies are great,
yeah,
and we're
Yeah.
just not in the same ballpark of the caliber of those films, storytelling and character development wise. So we're getting people making choices like, "Hey, wouldn't it be kind of it'd be kind of fun to see the Hulk in glasses, wouldn't it?" And so that's the kind of content we're consuming now.
I mean, I
Um,
feel like at this point, because correct me if I'm wrong. Like when they were going through the Iron Man and everything like that, they were just putting out stories and then just kind of made it all connect together at one point in time, right? I feel
yeah,
like it, right?
ish.
Yes.
That's an
Okay. Something like that.
oversimplified version of it, but we'll take
I
it,
mean,
right?
I feel like at this point, like they should know, they should have a game plan and like really make stuff and have it all connect instead of seeming like it's all random.
Well, I
Well,
think they have a game plan. They're saying they have a game plan, but
I
These
mean,
last shows that came out don't seem like they'll matter at all.
that's the formula. I think maybe this phase four is that there's gonna be a big reveal that's gonna bring it. Who knows? Who knows?
yeah, I'm at a loss. I mean, the biggest thing that's happened for me was what the Loki series was building to.
Right.
And then for that to have no consequence, and then for Doctor Strange to have no consequence.
That's the biggest disappointment of
Yeah.
Marvel. The
Wow,
biggest
but
disappointment of Marvel.
yeah, well, even the Eternals, no consequence. I'm watching these giant films have no consequence. You think I'm stepping into any of the series at this point, She-Hulk, thinking that this movie's going to redefine the MCU for me? That's just, I know better at this point. So I'm just taking the content at face value. In which case, I'm going. I can get behind this. I'm cool watching a courtroom drama
Yeah, if
or
it's
comedy, action comedy thing
yeah.
that's
I
going to
mean,
be interspersed with some hawkishness.
if it's like a Law and Order where she goes and she kind of intervenes in the cases, she fights the case in court and she fights the bad guys in the street as She Hulk. I mean, that formula makes sense, right? And then
Yeah,
we just watch each episode is a new case, and we just take it at that. Doesn't affect anything, doesn't change anything, and I'm cool with that. It's okay for it to be that. It's okay, but with Marvel, you never know. They might lead up to like, okay, we're building the Secret War, and who knows? Look, we just gotta play out and see how it goes.
I guess honestly, it's my least favorite version of the Hulk, though. Like
Oh, they're
I
so
I
obnoxious.
love having the Hulk in the content. I love having Mark Ruffalo. I almost like them better just as Banner. Fine, don't put the Hulk in the content. I like seeing the Hulk, but man, it's really my least favorite version of the Hulk. He's like a dim-witted child who's supposed to be an intelligent scientist, but
Right.
he's not angry. And why did they fight? I'm so confused why they fought.
Because she wanted to leave, and he said no, and then
No, that's not why. Let me tell you why. It's the same reason they fought in Civil War. It's because they're like, we gotta have the Hulk have a Hulk fight with the She-Hulk, right?
yeah, yeah.
We gotta have the
But
fans are gonna love it.
but
They're
you
gonna love
you
it.
know it's not gonna be, they're cousins. It's not gonna be a real fight. It's like you fighting your little brother. You're not throwing blows. You're just
Yeah.
pushing and smacking around. Like it's not a real fight.
But
It's
it,
just
it
just a
didn't
little
even
scuffle.
But it didn't even spawn from a real source of conflict. That's my
No,
point. Like if
no.
there was a fight that ensued, and you're like, "Hey, man, they're gonna wow, they're punching each other in the face." You know how horrible it is to punch another person in the face. It's
Yes,
a really shitty thing to do to a person. And this is your cousin, and you're a Hulk punching like a Hulk who just happens to be a Hulk, but you're still punching. You
right.
know. Uh,
Mm.
No.
So I guess what the other thing that's hard about talking about this episode isolated from who knows what the rest of the season might be is honestly not a lot happens. You could boil this thing down to like three sentences. It's
Right.
cousin turns into Hulk, goes through short trial period to learn how to be a Hulk, ends with court case. I mean, that's the whole.
And
That's
then she
all of
does,
the.
and then she does some She-Hulk stuff at the very, very end, and that's it.
That's
But
it.
we but we don't know what the series is going to be. So I think before I know we usually give a rating of what it should be. We should give this one an asterisk because we don't know what it's going to be. Because this first episode could be completely different than what we're actually getting in the series. So
That's
I'm going to
fair.
reserve my number rating till we most likely we'll revisit this again once the
Yeah.
series is complete, and I want to reserve my number rating for that. So I think it'll be a TBD or an asterisk on this one for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We don't know if we're looking at a courtroom action thing that's episodic. We don't know if they're about to get in one of those space cruisers and the whole rest of the series and even set on the planet. I doubt that's the case, but we don't know. Yeah, I'd say it was a little as an episode, as a pilot episode that's supposed to get you hooked. It may be a little uneventful, but it's Hulk content, which
Yeah.
is fun for
It
me.
was still fun. It was still fun. If someone say, like I still say, it was fun for the family. Everyone enjoyed it. I'd say watch it, but I don't know enough if I'm going to rate it based on this because this episode could be nothing like the rest of the series. We've seen it
Okay,
before.
Yeah,
Rich?
I wouldn't rate it off of this first episode either. I would just wait. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that Daredevil was going to make an appearance, and hopefully it's more than just an appearance, I probably wouldn't watch this.
Yeah, but I'm not watching it for the Daredevil because I already know what version of the Daredevil they're going to give us. They're going to give us this version of the Daredevil. If anyone's walking into this content going, yeah, but wait till the Daredevil drops. Oh, yo, you are setting yourself up, my friend, for some real disappointment because it is not that Daredevil. As a matter of fact, they already went on record saying, dude, they already went on record saying, you know, Charlie Cox is such a versatile actor. It's really nice to see him be able to do something completely different with a role that we already recognize him in.
Ugh.
Which should tell you that you should be expecting something completely different.
Ugh.
This is the Daredevil who tells jokes and not with his fists.
No, put the finger guns away. Put them away.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so rating pending.
Yeah.
And anyone have any closing remarks? Sebastian, did you watch
Sebastian, did you like She-Hulk?
Yep.
You liked
Yep.
it?
Yep.
There you go.
In a Hulk
All right.
next door.
Okay. You're not going to pitch your snake store now. Okay, go.
I have a Hulk next door.
Okay, bye,
Hulk
Bastion.
next door.
Okay.
Hulk next
Okay,
door.
okay.
Hulk next door. Hulk next door.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Fun for the entire family. Sebastian, how old is Sebastian again?
4.
Perfect content for a 4-year-old. That should kind of be your answer to that. So that's our take on episode 1 of She-Hulk. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, tell your friends. If you didn't, tell your enemies. And you can catch us on YouTube. We're dropping content all day on Instagram and TikTok. And I mean, we're kind of everywhere. Pretty sure Rich even has an OnlyFans page for 3 bros.
Show a few feet pics and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Right. Still dropping feet
All
pics.
day,
And
every
on
day.
that note, you can catch us
for all day.
each week. Same bat time. Same bat
Channel.
channel.
All right.
Peace.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk. We're talking